Hello guys and welcome back to the Geardown Invitational 2021 sponsored by ESAC. I'm still a Luckers Turbo, I haven't changed, I'm still here and I'm joined in by none other than Flink. Hello. So
hey, I'm still Flink.
So we have seen a very cool match, the winner bracket final, and now we're coming up with the loser bracket final where we see Otaaaq, Razer, nivO, and Magorian who will battle out for 2 spots in the grand final where Zycos and Barbos will await. What are your opinion about that? Because I mean, it were Razer and Magorian who were really strong on that prior match.
Yeah, so don't be fooled by the name loser bracket. I think the times will be just as good, probably. Yeah, that's what I expect. Is that what you expect as well?
Well, I cannot see how Otaaaq and also nivO can have a chance against those two. That's like my opinion about it, because I mean, if you just take into consideration how close this match was and how huge the gaps were between the players in the semifinal, it will get hard for them to really make something happen. But on the other hand, I mean, I've said it beforehand, pressure is a factor, and I think that this match will be a little closer, but still, I think
okay, so 2 players probably setting good times, and 2 who have to really push it now with nivO and what was the other one?
Otaaaq.
Who did you say?
Otaaaq.
Otaaaq, yeah. nivO and Otaaaq, who might be now actually a little bit of the underdogs, but yeah, we'll have to see here.
Yeah, I mean, of course they're the underdogs because they didn't make it into the winner bracket final at first place. But of course they can still make something happen. I mean, it could be Razer and Magorian who could both make mistakes 2 or 3 times in a row. And I mean, the point limit is still 50. So this is, of course, a very important factor as well that you have to consider.
True, and Razer's performance last match actually kind of surprised me. He did so well the first time and then struggled a bit. So I'm not sure what to think about that. Let's see what he does this time. Maybe 3rd time's a charm. And he can now get this grand final spot for himself.
Yeah, good thing there that you mentioned, and all the good jump is 3, of course, and of course there's only 2 spots, so the players who will be knocked out in this one here will be down, and they have to say goodbye to them, and of course they have still made it into the loser bracket final, onto the consolidation final, and with that getting top 5 and 6.
Right, but if we see another quadruple finalist, I might die, so let's end the sooner this time.
Okay, so I mean, I hope that there will be a quadruple final situation, because I mean, you could have seen it, and also Eric was quoting me on that. This is what tag is about. It's like really good, and it's too bad that we don't really see that many tag tournaments anymore. Of course, multi-style is cool, but tag can be much closer, and it's of course very hard to pick up. And yeah, hopefully we're gonna see something of that in the near future as well. And yeah, as we can already see Magorian warming up here. So the player who's playing for Team Trackmania Heroes Europe, the Polish powerhouse, just by a hair didn't make it, as well as Razer. And I think he is ready here, but also nivO, just looking to the CPs there at the bottom. He seems to be ready as well. So also nivO, maybe he will push it a little bit more. He clocked in a 4x before that in Flink, but on this other match, he was also like going really fast after a while.
True, so maybe he's warmed up now. We'll have to see about that, but yeah, this whole format I wanted to mention again, is just a super interesting question. How good can the top players get if we only play on one map? And we are starting with the first match. Let's see who will take the early lead. As we see, let's wait a few turns. Nothing happened yet. we see Magorian get a bit of a better line in the first 2 turns, but nothing is decided yet, as always. Now the freewheel part, which can be very deciding. And did nivO actually, I think he corrected his line a little bit, loses just barely against the others. And now Magorian and Razer are fighting it out with this jump into the second part of the map.
Yeah, as currently Magorian has a lead here of 0.2 of a second, so that is looking very good for him, as he is currently leading here. It is Otaaaq and nivO who both made a small blunder here. It was nivO who had to readjust his line, and Otaaaq also with a small error. Now Razer with a little bit more speed though, so you could maybe snipe the first place here. There is of course still this anyway, we have to gain a lot of speed, but it is Magorian who is so far ahead here, 0.2 of a second it is, and Magorian is taking that first 10 point A with a 1:13.40, so that is a very good time.
Yeah, way ahead of the other 3 this round. And last time on the downhill drift, in the end, we saw him risking it a lot, and as I mentioned, that might have been because he saw a 2 on his car, which is new in this game and affects the tournaments a little bit, except if you play third cam free. But yeah, so second round, all players still in the green.
Ooh. Oh, nivO with a mistake, yeah. nivO has clipped it there, and also Otaaaq here with a mistake. So nivO again with a very unfortunate line there. His line over the freewheel section was really a severe struggle for him. But yeah, Magorian not the best speed here, so Razer comes a bit closer here, Flink.
True. So now we have a duel once again. Yeah, derail me much. Magorian now in the lead. nivO caught up quite a bit though. Look at that. And Magorian makes a mistake. What is this? nivO is the best player. Obviously gets the downhill, and this will be 10 points for him.
Yeah, so Pepega driving around here, I just have to say that, and use a better Twitch TV emote. nivO also not with the best ending there by gearing down and losing on a tremendous amount of speed, so he lost 0.5 of a second. But he will take it here, and now he's up to second position with that. Magorian still gets himself second position with that round, which is quite good for him. And let's go to the helicopter cam here. So let's see what the players have to offer here for us, as we see nivO hanging quite of a little bit of a gap there to the other players, but Magorian with a mistake there, and also nivO goes super close there and loses on a lot of speed. So Razer is betting now with Otaaaq here. Razer going so close there to the freewheel section, to the freewheel block, and almost makes that mistake, but he's still able to stay ahead. nivO drops a bit behind, so Otaaaq versus Razer here. Otaaaq with good amount of speed, he comes a bit closer though. Also Razer almost touches the sign there, but yeah, we have still 50% of the track left here, I think.
Yeah, seems like these players also turning the risk factor up, but being a little bit less lucky, as Razer makes a big mistake there between the pillars, making Otaaaq and nivO the first 2 to fight it out for the 10 points. And let's see who does it. Both lines very shaky. I think nivO had to correct there, so Otaaaq overtakes for the last bit, and now he has to only nail this turn, which he does, so that's 10 points for him. Let's see what the time will be. 1:13.9, so average time for today's finishes, I would say.
Yeah, that's a not that fast time, but still he was able to stay ahead, and his ending was also very close there. So everyone kind of got himself some sort of points, except of Razer, so Otaaaq, nivO, and also the one and only Polish powerhouse here, Magorian, all won one round, and only Razer is the player who didn't really get himself some points, only with 13 points there in the back. But also now, speaking of mistakes, it's nivO with a mistake, so he is further behind, and now it is still the 3 players here who have survived. Otaaaq and Magorian with good speed over that freewheel section, and Razer is a little bit further behind here, still on that 3rd position. Also not this turn, wasn't that executed or it wasn't that well executed from him, as it is still very close there. Otaaaq really defends the attacks there from Magorian here.
Yeah, really good. A lot of mistakes though overall in this match, but if you're in chat like, what are they doing? I challenge you to try this map. It's incredibly hard. And going into the last bit, Otaaaq and Razer both have a chance still. Let's see this jump. Razer overtaking with a little bit more speed. It's so minimal all the time on these tech heavy maps. But Otaaaq in the end.
Whoa! It is Razer taking it there. Razer with a lower ending, and he clocks in a 1:13.57. So that is a very fast time there. And yeah, with that, we have every player who has won a round thus far. So you can see the players nivO and Otaaaq definitely can make something happen. 24, 23, 23, and 22 points. So a solid 2 points between the 4 players here. That is absolutely close. I have to stress that one out. What a close race that is, Flink.
A solid 2 points, yeah. Let's see if someone can get out on top now in this round. We have to wait a bit. The beginning, all good by all players. No mistakes yet, which have been frequent. Here you can see it differentiating it a bit on the freewheel. Now Magorian and Razer ahead, and Otaaaq and nivO struggling to catch up.
Yeah, Otaaaq also not there with the best landing, but still Razer here pressing B for boost. What a great line here from Razer, extending his lead here towards Magorian. And Magorian now onto the attack here, gets attacked by Otaaaq, who goes very far there and loses out on a little bit of time there. But still it's Razer versus Magorian. Razer with a better approach there. Also a beautiful apex over the section here. Great speed here from the M&M player. Magorian with the attack. But that wasn't a very good line to pick there. But still a way closer round here. It is Razer not with the best speed in the ending. Magorian can come closer, but it's not enough here. Razer with a 1:13.68. Then we have a 0.77, a 0.83, and a 0.04 behind that. But still a great round here. No mistakes at every play in between 0.4 of a second. And Razer takes over the lead here with 2 victories in a row and up to 33 points.
Otaaaq risked it so much to keep his third position there. Great round. So let's see. What are the points saying? 29-33 for Razer. It's still incredibly close between 33 and 25. So anything can happen. The board will turn around very quickly. Magorian in the lead. Razer just a bit behind.
Yeah, and then nivO and Otaaaq both haven't had the best speed then they start. So Magorian looks like to come a bit closer towards Razer, who of course overtook the lead from him in that prior round. But it is Razer pressing B for boost again. So again, he could be the player who wins so many rounds in a row. So it seems that he just feels the rush here. And with that, he also has a lot of speed here in this section. Magorian still leading though, but it's still the ending that is there to decide it all. Razer not with the best approach. They had to readjust this line there. Magorian still leading. Magorian still leading with 0.17 of a second. So that is still pretty close. Razer with more speed here in the ending. Will it be enough to snipe Magorian's first position? It is 9 thousandths of a second. The 0.62 by Magorian and the 0.63 by Razer. But what a great round here to that.
No way I would have thought he could catch up there. And then he almost managed to do it. Very close.
All right, so into the next round we go here. By the looks of it, we can see the first turns being cleared by the players very well. We are, yeah, okay, nice one.
No.
nivO with a mistake, and that leaves us with Magorian, Razer, and then there's of course also Otaaaq here, the 0 player. Not the best amount of speed for him over that freewheel section though, so Magorian and Razer can have a little bit of room here to breathe, but of course never count out Otaaaq here, a very fast player. And currently he's doing it very well here, as you can see. Gets a good apex here. And now it's Razer versus Magorian. Also Otaaaq with a good amount of speed. This part will decide a lot now, but Otaaaq with a mistake there. Otaaaq is dead, and now again Magorian versus Razer. Both of the players who dropped down from the actual winner bracket final are betting it out here in the ending.
Man, so many mistakes, especially by nivO. We have seen he can deliver, but he didn't a lot of times, just like Deutsche Bahn. And now the last bit here, Magorian and Razer. It's gonna be very close. Magorian takes it.
Yeah, Magorian takes it. Thank you for traveling with Deutsche Bahn. Maybe you know that song. That's actually a good one. But Magorian takes it here ahead of Razer, so he ends his spree here, his kill streak, whatever. Maybe he had a UAV to call in now. Maybe the UAV will be inbound now. But what is for certain here that it is actually Razer who is up to 45 points and Magorian up to 49 points. So that's the face slap. And Magorian can make it happen here. He just has to finish and, of course, denying some points towards the players. But still, the standings is very close. Magorian, however, with a mistake, with an early mistake here. And, yeah, let's take a look here onto Bonk, onto nivO, who went for a respawn. So,
come on.
What is happening here? Razer with a free finalist. He will activate the finalist mode for free here because he only needs a second position. And Flink, Otaaaq, can he make it happen here in this round? Can he snipe that 10-pointer away?
I'm not sure, but I'm still predicting 2 finalists for next round. Although Magorian fell behind a lot, he needs only 1 point. And I think right now it looks like Razer will get the 10 points, which will catapult him into finalist as well. And Otaaaq, though, still having a word. A little bit more speed here to work with into this left turn. Razer getting away again, and this will decide it. We have seen the end being very important a few times, and it gets close again, but not close enough. It's gonna be Razer.
Yeah, 300ths of a second. Razer with the worst finish from both of them. But with that, Razer is denying some points towards Otaaaq, who just has to win, just quote-unquote, has to win here. nivO a little bit...
Yeah, just win.
nivO a little bit further behind here. Not Nero, not Nino. It's nivO Turbo. Just get that in your head, man. My God. So he's at 30. Yeah. Yeah, nivO is not finding Nemo in this round because he has made a mistake. And
not again.
Unfortunately dead here. 31 points for him, and this is not looking good as Razer also made that mistake. Ooh. Also Magorian with the mistake. Oh my God, what a round is that, Flink? Oh no. Massa Cloud.
Otaaaq with a free win, it seems. Yeah, so it's probably more interesting who will get second in this round, as I don't think Otaaaq will be overtaken for now. And I hope he realizes that he doesn't have to risk. I think he's 2 seconds ahead of Magorian. That's insane.
Yeah, but I mean, everyone has made a mistake. So, I mean, Otaaaq can just cruise it here. But with that, it's very good for the Zero player here to activate finalist himself. He's at 42 points. And with that, he will be certainly up to finalist mode. Not the fastest time, I wanted to say, but a 130.97, not too bad. Magorian on second, of course, nothing has happened to him. He just denies some points. And yeah, Razer denying points. And then there's also nivO, who didn't find Nemo in this round and got himself 3 points.
Yeah, he seems to be very shaky now. He needs a bit of a miracle to push through and get a finalist for himself still.
Yeah, I mean, he has to win 2 rounds in a row in order to deny them and also activate finalist mode himself. So a victory now would... yeah, not 100% give him a finalist attempt, but of course the pressure is rising now. Triple finalist situation. First attempt for none other than Mr. Otaaaq here. But just when I said that nivO has to push it, he is a little bit further behind, and now we have all the 3 finalists here in that battle for that first position. It's very close here between Magorian and Razer, as you can see. Both with similar speed and similar lines, but Otaaaq gives us a good overview, but Otaaaq with a mistake there, and now it's Razer versus Magorian here. Magorian with a good section here, look at that, and he can make it happen. It's still Razer, the M&M player, is there to make something happen as well here. It's only 8,000ths of a second. Razer with a better approach here in this section. Magorian was going a little bit more outside there, but still is able to stay ahead here, or was able to stay ahead. Now the ending, of course, the speed is really decisive after this part. Razer goes so wide and he has more speed. Razer could take it here. The ending is deciding it and Razer is bouncing into the victory here. 113.64. That's a great time and Razer will again accompany the finalists here. So great stuff there. And
makes it exciting with a very wonky finish jump there, but overall takes it in the end.
Yep.
And we could close this out this round. Will nivO make a comeback or will it be one of the other players who are in finalist right now? Nothing happening so far. nivO still in there. Has made a lot of mistakes in this first part. In the last rounds is looking okay right now. But Magorian and Otaaaq with a little bit more speed overall.
Bonk! nivO with a mistake there and he will be out. So this is the last round here. Magorian versus Otaaaq. Let's take a look here as Otaaaq is a little bit further behind, but it would be an upset if Magorian would be eliminated. He looks super strong here and he lives currently on the edge. So that's what I was talking about. Otaaaq is very fast, a risky driver. He has nothing to lose there, but a lot to win. He could knock out the Polish powerhouse here, the player from Trackmania Heroes Europe. He could be eliminated, but thus far it's looking very good for Magorian to take this one home. 0.1 of a second. Otaaaq, however, pushing it, going so close, has more speed. Otaaaq has more speed. Can he snipe it in the ending? You got to be joking me. Otaaaq is sniping it in the ending. And Otaaaq knocked out Magorian.
GG to Otaaaq. In my opinion, both would have been deserving of the win, but Otaaaq clutching it in the end and getting the second entry into the grand finals.
Wow, it was Magorian who looked so good here on this format. I mean, he was in finalist against the players who have made it, who knocked him out. I mean, we had Zycos, Barbos who are through, and now Magorian is knocked out. So that is pretty costly, and damn, I would have not seen that one coming. So Flink, what a match that was, especially in the ending.
Yeah, unfortunately, nivO collapsed completely. I wouldn't have seen him as a favorite, but still, that must have hurt for him.
Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
And Magorian had a very good chance at winning. I would have guessed that he would take it in the end, but very close.
Yeah, very close indeed. So Magorian, the 3rd seeded player, has been eliminated by Otaaaq, the 7th seeded player, going into that. And let's take a look what Eric and Paul have to say about that, because this was definitely a match that had a weird outcome.
Well, what I have to say about that is, wow. I mean, it was so back and forth. I mean, as was pointed out by the casters there at some point, there was 2 points between the entire field there, and coming in with what a clutch was my pick, who is going to be joining your pick in the grand final. Otaaaq and Razer go through, Magorian and nivO go out, and quite a surprise, I would say.
Yeah, like I mentioned for the people that joined in at the earlier part of this cast or show, I had Magorian as my first pick in my betting league, but then he didn't reply to me for 2 hours in the DM, so I picked Barbos instead. But originally the bet was Magorian. He looked to be the best player here. But there you see it. If you don't take the chances once you get them, you're out. So you might say that you can say that the Champions mode in Trackmania Grand League is unfair because you lose points. But to some extent, you can also say that the finalist mode is somewhat unfair because even though you are the best player, you might struggle in the finalist mode. So then you're out. And young people like Otaaaq, they don't wait for second chances. They take them. And then you're out. So somewhat surprised, but somewhat not surprised.
Of course, and now we look forward to the grand final. We have one match left in the Geardown Invitational 2021. It's going to be a grand final. Your pick's waiting, Barbos. We've got Zycos waiting. Razer will now return to the upper bracket, so to speak, to rematch against Zycos and Barbos. And Otaaaq now joins back, and I think he really did show that next gear which we were talking about that he needed.
Yeah, that's for sure. I think that Razer, I have a feeling that Razer is having one extra level in him. It doesn't feel like we have seen the true Razer yet. I hope that once the grand final is there, that he will be able to push himself to that limit. But at the moment, I would say that Zycos is the favorite to win this event.
Yeah, it really can go either way. I mean, I would like to think Zycos myself because of the pace he was getting, but you never know. I mean, some mistakes could come up and we could be sitting here with a very different top 3 coming up. But we're going to have that coming after a short 5 minutes. And then we will be joining Turbo and Flink for the final time of today's Geardown Invitational. And it will come after these 5